Hey guys, how's it going? Bear Clark here from mensgroomingadvice.com. It's January. It's pouring down with rain. Why the hell am I thinking about sunscreen? Well, as you surely know, the biggest cause of skin damage is from the ultraviolet light from the sun. So, when it's summertime, obviously you slather yourself in your sunscreen and everything's good and dandy. But the thing is, those rays are always there. Doesn't matter if it's a dark and dingy day, you're still getting some sun damage to your skin. So what you should do every day is protect your skin with a light covering of a sunscreen. But let's face it, we're guys, we're lazy, we're in a rush, we want a quick fix. You can think about the fact that you need to add some sunscreen on every day, but you know, when you're in a rush, wash your face quick, bang on a bit of moisturiser, that'll have to do, yeah? But there is a solution, because although the vast majority of moisturisers, including some ones that I've recommended on my channel, most of them don't actually contain any form of sunscreen at all. So there are brands that actually include some SPF, sun protection factor, in their moisturisers. It is worth remembering, guys, that the SPF that you have in a moisturiser is going to help you. It's going to give you a nice base. It's going to be fine during the winter most days, but it's still not enough during the summer. So guys, remember, even if you're using a moisturiser with an SPF during the summertime, if you're out a lot in the sun, you need to have an extra layer of sun protection on your skin. Absolutely have to do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is go through the top 5 of the moisturisers with SPF that I've used, counting down from 5 down to 1. I'll tell you what I like, why I like it, give you an idea of the price, etc. Okay, so let's get into it. So number 5 is the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream with the sunscreen SPF 30. Big fan of Kiehl's, as you know if you watch my channel. Absolutely adore their face wash, and their facial fuel moisturiser, the one without the SPF, is a brilliant thing. I love that. I recommend that to guys all the time. It does have a high SPF with SPF 30, so it's one of the higher ones on the list. Downside with it is I found it quite thick. I really don't like that sort of thick, gloopy sort of sunscreen type of feel on my face. I can't stand it. So it is a bit thick, takes a bit of a while to rub in and apply properly, and kind of smells funky, which, yeah, maybe a little bit medical, a little bit, well, I guess it smells like a sunscreen, which, yeah, they smell pretty rank. Smell does disappear pretty rapidly, so it's a good product. It's about £25, yeah, £24.50 for 50 mils at the moment at the time of doing this video. So it's not too expensive, and because you're not using much, you're probably looking at a couple of months worth of supply with the Kiehl's. So a good product from Kiehl's, just maybe a little bit too heavy and a little bit too funky smelling for my liking. Number 4, Recipe for Men, their SPF 15 moisturiser. So the award for the most minimal unhelpful packaging in skincare goes to Recipe for Men. I do like their products. I hate their packaging. The reason being, as you'll see from the picture below, their packaging is all the same, and it just has basically a sticker stuck on the side of it, and not even wrapped around the product, it's actually stuck on the side of it. So it kind of either gets pulled off or you pull it off yourself without thinking about it. Which means if you've got more than one of their products, you don't know which is which. I mean, no, seriously. I mean, this is Recipe for Men that I've used on and off for a few months. This isn't the sunscreen, but it's exactly the same packaging, same size, looks identical to the sunscreen. But this is their daily moisturiser without SPF. So, as I say, the labels come off. I have no, well, I do know because of where I keep it, but if this was just stuck into a wash bag or something, you wouldn't know what this was compared to their other ones. So I don't know why they do that, not a fan of it. But the product itself is not as bad smelling as some of the other ones. It goes on fairly well. It is pretty thick. In fact, I mean, not as thick as their moisturiser. Their moisturiser is really quite nasty thick. But it's not too bad smelling. takes a little while to rub in, and it does a pretty good job. It, like most of these, it lasts for a couple of months. So it's £27 for 75 mils, so it's kind of mid-range for these sort of products, but it's pretty good. 3 is the Anthony Day Cream with SPF 30, so again a fairly high SPF. Anti-Logistics, I think they're a lot more popular in America than they are in the UK. They do some really good products. I love their glycolic face wash. That's really good, definitely recommended. They do a complete range. If you go onto websites like Mankind, for instance, I think they've got their complete range. One of the things I really like about this is a lot less greasy than a lot of the other products in this range, in these sort of products, which I like. As I say, I hate the greasy feeling. The Anthony Day Cream is £34 for 90 mils, so a little bit higher priced, but again, good product, I'll recommend it. Number 2 slot is the Lab Series for men, Daily Moisturiser, Defense Lotion I think they call it, actually, rather than Daily Moisturiser, with an SP 15. Lab Series, I've used quite a few of the Lab Series over the years. One of my favourite products, grooming products of all time, absolutely of all time, is the Lab Series toner water that they do. I haven't been able to buy it for months. I don't know if they stopped making it or what. Perhaps if you guys have seen it for sale somewhere, and you can put the comment in below, be helpful. I love that stuff, but I haven't been able to buy it for months. Particular one, it has a very neutral smell. It's good. It's a very good product. I love it. I use mine for several months until the tube ran out. Very pleased with the results. A little bit pricey. So, my number one most beloved daily moisturiser that has an SPF in it, easily Jack Black's Double Duty Face Moisturiser with an SPF of 20. I haven't really used a lot of Jack Black's products just yet. I really ought to get around to it, because a lot of guys ask me, you know, what do you think, because they're advertised quite a lot. I was really surprised with this, because I hadn't seen it reviewed all that much. I certainly hadn't seen it mentioned on any other skincare bloggers or anything else like that. And it was on offer, so I thought, oh, I'll give it a try. I haven't tried Jack Black's, and I love this stuff. It absorbs really well. It's not greasy, doesn't have any parabens in it as well, which is always nice. The little goes a long way. I mean, I at least got 3 months out of mine, you know, and that's with sort of daily use. So the little goes a long way. It actually smells quite nice as well, which is none of the other products do. The other products go from mildly unpleasant to dude, that stinks, but this one actually smells really quite nice. I was really actually surprised how nice this actually smells. And also it was let me look up the price here. It is £29 for 97 mils. So it's also the best value of the products here as well. So in conclusion, guys, you do need to protect your face from the sun, you know that, but you need to do it in winter as well. If you don't want to go to the extra lengths of putting an extra sunscreen over the top of your daily moisturiser, when you next look to get a moisturiser, you could consider getting one with an SPF. And if you do, I would definitely suggest you try the Jack Black ones. It feels good as a moisturiser. It doesn't feel like you're putting a sunscreen on. It feels like you're using a usual moisturiser. The skin feels good. It doesn't smell at all. It lasts a long time. It's the best value. So for me, definitely my number one men's moisturiser with SPF is the Jack Black.